think if Buzzy would have played Woodstock, he would have become more popular?
I think anybody who played Woodstock would have become a lot more popular.
He was 10 miles away and said, no, I guess I should have gone.
Well, that there, I mean, he's probably a classic example, I mean, honestly, of the artist who is their own worst enemy. I mean, I know other artists who, have done things that just ruined them, whether it was how they, their communication with their record company, or their refusal to do this or that, or or them getting sidetracked with drugs or whatever. It's not all the drug thing. It's the decisions, people make along the way. Buzzy made the decision not to go to Woodstock or play Woodstock if he had the opportunity. Right there was enough of a, the only one who survived that was Joni Mitchell, because she wasn't at Woodstock, and what was it? That David Geffen was her manager, and thought it was more important for her to do the Dick Cavett show, so she did. And there she was. But then she wrote the theme. I mean, what everybody equates with Woodstock. Very few people, outside of the people who are really curious about all this stuff, realize that she wasn't even there. I mean, I made my own mistake with Woodstock. I hitchhiked up to Woodstock, and I'd never been away from New York City, and I didn't know what camping was like, and it poured rain. I dragged it. I thought Woodstock was actually at White Lake. It wasn't in Woodstock. So I thought it was the coolest thing. I'd just gotten this inflatable boat, and I thought, great, I can use it. I've never been there. I'll take it to the lake. So my friend and I dragged it up there. Of course, there was no place anywhere near there to park. I'm sure we just hitched a ride and got dropped off a couple of miles from I forget how many miles you had to walk from the last parking place. But we're dragging this along, punching holes in it while we go. We inflated it at some gas station and then punched a hole in half of it. And then we get there, and then it pours. It absolutely pours. I probably had one change of clothes. I didn't know. We're trying to sleep under the boat, in the forest, and I hear, my strongest memory is hearing Joan Baez through the trees singing "We Shall Overcome," which was, of course, a great, great memory. But I left the next morning. I got to get out of here. It's going to pour for days. And then, of course, it didn't. It cleared up.
Did you take any pictures?
No. I had my camera stolen right before Woodstock. I had shot some concert in Central Park, and met some guy, and I was like making out with him after the concert, and somebody grabbed my bag. I swear to God. I'll never forget. It was Little Richard and the Beach Boys playing at Central Park. So I never saw that film either. But and that was right before Woodstock. It was like a couple of weeks before Woodstock. I had no camera. Yeah, had I had a camera, I probably would have stayed. I would have just gone, okay, this is worth staying for,